Hello everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. Yes, I am doing this. I'm doing Vlogmas this year. I thought the best way to start Vlogmas off this year was with favourite things. I have a whole lot of things that I have enjoyed this year in total. I want to start off with social media. I'm talking about an influencer, and that influencer is Paint. Don't ask me how I haven't seen a Paint video before this year. I started watching him this year and I was like, oh, I like this guy. So entertaining, talented, attractive. I first found him on Dodie's channel. They did a cover of the song City of Stars, which is from La La Land, and that was so good. I used it in one of my vlogs. He has such a beautiful voice. It is so unbelievable. He's the guy that does the After Ever After videos. If you somehow just don't know him. I don't keep up with trends and I don't keep up with a lot of social media stuff, so I just find people when I find them. Right, so the next person is Shane Dawson. I knew who Shane Dawson was before the Jake Paul documentary series came out. I had a look through his videos and they weren't really my type of thing, but then he started making documentary videos, in particular the Jake Paul series, and I was like, this is amazing. So well researched videos, really well edited, very funny. So they were just pure entertaining videos that I just loved watching so much. So in January this year I had to go off Ortho-K lenses because I needed to get new ones and they took a while to like get the new ones. The thing is, what happened was there's a new way they make Ortho-K lenses. I have a whole video about them, by the way, and they get you off them completely and they just let you see naturally with contact lenses for a few weeks, and then once your eyes just fully useless once again, they take measurements and they send those measurements off to a factory and then they make new ones. But when I was off Ortho-K, I was put onto these amazing contact lenses. These ones, you may have seen the commercial of these on YouTube before a video comes on. Honestly, so amazing, so comfortable, so watery, so you just don't feel them. But putting them in, it's so satisfying, and taking them out just feels like nothing. It's so unbelievable. Even the packaging is attractive. They got a really ugly and boring colour, but somehow made it so pretty. I don't get how that happens. That is talent right there. If I had to go off Ortho-K lenses forever, I would go on these contact lenses because they are so helpful. Right, so let's get into the fashion side of this video. I want to talk about an Australian company called YD, and I wanted to show like these amazing shorts that they provide. Oh my god, and they roll up and they look so nice. I have these in navy blue as well. So comfortable, really nice fabric as well. And on top of that, I also bought a really nice shirt, this really pretty blue one that I've worn in videos before. So good, I love it. The best part about this company is the fact that it is made for skinny people. Normally I buy shirts like this, or just any shirt in general. They're not made for skinny people. They look too big. These look fantastic on me. They make me look tall because I'm a short person and I don't like being short. They just look so pretty. I'm in love with this company. I want to buy more stuff from them. Last year I was in the production of My Fair Lady, which was done by my school, and I did find out last year that Broadway was making a new version of it. Little did I know that this soundtrack was being released, and oh my goodness, that was amazing. They even have the really good songs that I loved that were not in the older soundtrack, such as The Flower Market and like the finale sequence. Oh my goodness. They've got the whole dance break for Get Me to the Church on Time, which was honestly my favourite number in that whole musical. Download the soundtrack. It is so amazing, so beautiful. It just brings back so many memories just listening to it. Another part of music I want to talk about is my friend Alex released a song on Spotify, and it's on iTunes and Google Play as well, and it's called Green. It is so pretty and emotional, really deep. I know what it's all about. It's so catchy. The sound is just amazing. It's so professional, and they have worked so hard on this, and they deserve this so much. I'm just so proud of my friend for being able to release an album on Spotify. Okay, so TV shows, let's get into this. 800 Words. I have binge watched 800 Words like 5 times this year. I've always been a fan of 800 Words, and then like meeting Alex, who was in the Lynx commercial with me, he made me like want to watch it again. Season 1, episode 7. That one is deep. That one is really hard to watch. When you get to that episode, you will need tissues and you will need to be in bed because you will be crying so much. Because that is so strong. Strong actors, deep and emotional scenes. Okay, so Netflix's Stranger Things. Yeah, I'm wearing a Stranger Things shirt, but I want to talk about the series. Stranger Things was just amazing. My sister and I, we binge watch Stranger Things a lot. We watch it over and over and over and over again all the time. And it's really freaky and it gets your attention so easily. It's like Agatha Christie meets Stephen King. Those two combined is just amazing. Each episode just leaves you on a cliffhanger. Whenever an episode finishes, you want to watch the next one and you want to clap, and you just don't feel like you should ever relax or go out to get a snack because you'll be missing out on a whole lot. Even if the episode is finished, you're going to miss out on a lot. Strong actors as well are used in this. Winona Ryder, so good. I loved her so much. Like, I've never known her before Stranger Things, and yeah, she was amazing to watch. She is like goals with acting. I want to now talk about documentaries. So, in media studies, we looked at a documentary called The Mask You Live In, which was so amazing. It looked into toxic masculinity and what it takes to be a man. It looked into manliness and like society's problems with femininity in men and stuff like that. So good. You will notice techniques of my documentary that I have made in there. I cannot believe that I was so drawn into a documentary like that that connects to me so much. I want to talk about the Netflix original documentary series called Dark Tourist, which is done by David Farrier, who is a New Zealand journalist. I've always been a fan of David Farrier. I've loved Tickled since it came out. I loved watching him on the news when he was on the news in New Zealand. He's just a really interesting guy. He's like Louis Theroux, who is a great documentary filmmaker. I'm pretty sure he used inspiration from Louis Theroux's documentaries to make his documentaries, and Louis Theroux was influenced by Michael Moore. It's just this domino effect. But holy moly, Dark Tourist was amazing. The first episode, all I can say is that was intense. The Japan episode was really good. The African episode was just amazing, very eye-opening. Asian ones, very interesting. Like Myanmar, holy moly. It is so well made that you have to see it. And like, even if you don't like documentaries yourself, like there's an episode for everyone in Dark Tourist. You know, like cannibalism, voodoo. Thank goodness it's been offered a season 2. Okay, so books. Not a lot of books I enjoyed this year, but one that I did enjoy is like a screenplay book. It is The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them screenplay. It was good. It was really nicely done. It's like Cursed Child. It's the script, and it's just so... It's so satisfying to read. You haven't even watched this either, by the way. Like, you're missing out. Eddie Redmayne, holy moly. Very attractive man. Movies. Black Panther. I watched Black Panther with my cousin, and I'm normally not a big fan of superheroes. I'm gonna be honest here, I'm not a big fan of superheroes. But Black Panther was really different. A majority of the cast was a minority. It was that inclusive. It brought in memes into it, and that was actually pretty interesting. Like, they were really well put in, to be honest, but the memes really caught me off guard. Did not expect any of them to be included. Let's get real here. I actually think Black Panther is the best superhero movie that there is, because there's an actual storyline to it, you know? Other films that have superheroes, it's not as much of a story, to be honest. It's more circled around the action and like the character, whereas with Black Panther there is setting and character, and the dialogue is so important. The costumes are amazing. It's more than the fighting and being the superhero. It's everything about it, and the storyline. Holy moly, cannot believe I watched such an amazing movie this year. Incredibles 2, ladies and gentlemen. This had to come in, didn't it? I remember watching it when I was really little. That 13-year wait was well worth it. I have been waiting since I was a little kid. That film was so nostalgic. I was very close to crying at the beginning. If you did not watch it, then what is wrong with you? Crazy Rich Asians is something I want to talk about. I watched it with my dad instead of going to see Cher, because Cher was in New Zealand and I was like, no, too expensive. Crazy Rich Asians. Went to see it, well worth it, yes. I loved it so much. It was so relatable for someone who is half Asian, and that wedding scene. Anyone who knows me to a personal level would know that I would have paid so much attention to that wedding scene, and yes, that wedding scene is gold. I took a bit of inspiration from that wedding for my personal wedding. Such a funny film. I couldn't stop laughing. I was peeing myself laughing. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Hilarious. Very eye-opening. I went to see Bohemian Rhapsody, and that was just amazing. I've grown up with listening to Queen. I've always loved Queen music. I've always admired Freddie Mercury and his sexuality. I loved the fact that they kept his voice in it. I love how the cast looked so much like Queen members. The casting was so perfect. I saw the actor of Freddie Mercury as Freddie Mercury rather than an actor, which you don't get a lot, which is so good. I love the fact that they kept him being bi instead of gay, because he was actually bi, he was not gay. Bisexual erasure, that is disgusting, but thank goodness they kept him bisexual. The Live Aid concert was so perfect. I watched actual footage of the concert right after I watched the movie. So perfect. The camera shots, the music selection, like even the cups on the piano was just so spot on. This year I went to go see a production done by Red Leap Theatre. I watched their production of The Ballad of Maggie Flynn for NCA Drama to take notes for our external. Oh my goodness, so good. The Irish accents was so spot on, beautiful. All female cast, but there was just 5 actors, and they used break techniques. It mocked the English, it mocked the French, it mocked like history in general, but it just made it so amazing. Because it is New Zealand history, you would think it's not that interesting, or it might just be boring, full on boring. But no, it was actually so unbelievably powerful that I was literally sitting in my seat being like, oh my god. This is something that I never thought I would ever see. To give you an understanding of this play, it was like the New Zealand version of Forrest Gump. Thank you so much for watching my 2018 favourite things. And on top of that, thank you very much for watching day 1 of Vlogmas. I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, comment something down below, subscribe if you haven't, because I make a new video every week. I can't say that anymore. And I'll see you tomorrow.